And she goes, hey, it's okay to just say thank you. You can just say
Right?
thank you. And I've never been taught that. I had never been told you can receive a compliment and that's okay. Because I always thought if I say thank you, then that means I agree with you and that means I'm conceited. So let me
Right.
not say thank you. Let me deflect and say, oh, no.
Hey, babies. Welcome to the Dr. Beauty Podcast hosted by me, Dr. Anna Guanche. I'm so excited you're here. We plan to educate, inspire, and entertain you. This podcast is not just about beauty. It's about lifestyle, inspiration, life hacks, and of course, beauty. Babies, I'm here with Anjelah Johnson, comedian, and so excited to have her. Okay, I'm not going to say that anymore. I'm done. I'm starting
You
over.
can say it all you want. Be excited.
I say it all the time on every podcast. But this one, I really am very excited about. It's true. I've been watching you forever. I've been imitating your sets.
Thank you.
Laughing, enjoying your comedy for a very long time.
Thanks.
I mean, I just want to pinch myself. I'm so happy you're here.
Thank you for having me. I'm glad we could make it work. This is great.
So great. And there's a couple things we want to talk about.
All right.
Most importantly, why don't we jump into the fact that you're starting a tour?
Yes.
Yeah.
So my new tour, it's the Who Do I Think I Am tour, which is based on my book, Who Do I Think I Am? Stories of Chola Wishes and Caviar Dreams. Do you know what a Chola is?
Yeah, of course. I grew up in Montebello.
Oh, okay. Then yes, you do. Okay, good. She knows.
Ese.
You probably were a Chola, even if
Kind
if
of.
you're a white girl, you probably were a Chola. I know a lot of white girls that were Cholas. Like,
Yeah, I
back
shaved
in
off my
hood.
eyebrows and painted my eyebrows on.
You did?
No.
Oh, okay.
But that's what they did.
You almost got
That's
some street cred.
tempting.
I almost
It
gave
was
you some.
tempting.
I almost gave you some. So my book is called Who Do I Think I Am? Stories of Chola Wishes and Caviar Dreams. My tour starts on March 25th. And we go to 60 cities all across the United States. It ends in November. So it's going to be a pretty massive
Expensive.
tour. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm going to go. I'm going. I am
Can't wait.
so excited.
Thank you.
So excited. So when you do these sets, do you do different new material or do you do some of your traditional material?
Well, I've been working on a new hour and I build a new hour. So what I do is I slowly get rid of things and add new things. So if you see me, all of last year I was building my hour. So if you saw one of my shows in April, you probably saw 15 minutes of new material. And then if you saw my show in August, you probably saw half hour of new material. And then if you saw, by the time you saw the end of the year, I was pretty much at my hour.
I see.
So it's like, it depends on where I'm at in the writing process. And so I do a bunch of comedy clubs all over the country, write my hour, and then now I start my theater tour with the hour that I wrote last year.
So then you write it, you try it out, and you see which timing, which one gets the best laughs, and then you incorporate that.
Yeah, and then you alter it, you change it. So at comedy clubs, I can do anywhere from like 5 to 8 shows in a weekend.
Yeah.
And so I'll try a joke. If it didn't quite work, then I'll adjust something, and then I'll come back on stage for the next show, try it again until it works, or until you're like, okay, this isn't funny, I guess. Let me just let this one go.
Right? Like I'm trying, because do you try different deliveries, obviously, right? So you time it out, you try different deliveries so that see if it...
Yeah, it's my own voice, my take, my point of view on whatever it is that we're talking about. And usually if I think it's funny, I'm like, I'm going to try it and see if other people think it's funny. And then it's all timing and delivery, and I could say something, and a lot of times it's not even the thing that I said that was funny. It was the face that I make after I say it and the beat that I take before I say the next word. That's the part that makes people laugh. You know what I mean?
I know, because I've been watching you for a long time. I know. It's that facial expression. It's the the little sarcasm. I just love it. So,
Thank you.
I love my one that I always remember and always try to redo is the nail set with the when you go to the nail place.
That was a very popular one. That one was my first viral video.
Really?
It's the one that still, I've been doing comedy for maybe 15 years. I have to go back, 14 or 15 years. And that was one of the first jokes that I wrote in a free joke writing stand-up comedy class at a church.
Ah,
That's how I started stand-up. I was going to this church, and on Tuesday nights they would do like creative arts night where there was like dance classes, acting classes, and I was in the acting class, and we would do like improv games, and I was funny in the games. And so there was a woman in this class named Lisa Alvarado. She was like, "Hey, would you like to take my joke writing class?" And I was like, "Is it free?" And she's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Well, I guess." You know what I mean? Like, I had no desire to be a comedian at that point. So I was like, "Sure, I'll take the class." And then I wrote the nail salon joke in the class. And then here I am like 15 years later, and people still will shout it out at my shows. And like, it's the joke that put me on the map.
So you guys know which joke I'm talking about, right? Where she goes to the nail shop and they try to upgrade her services and tell her how much extra it'll be and all that. And the thing that's funny about it to me, and I'm sure to everyone else as well, is that we seem to have all experienced something very similar to that when we go to the nail place.
I think that's why it resonated with so many people, because it's a lived experience that a lot of people can relate to.
It's true. It's true. And then the other thing that I always remember is Bon Qui Qui.
Yes.
And, security.
Yes.
So those have just made me laugh for so long. And I just feel like, how do you do those characters in your sets anymore? Or do you have to get away from that because of political correctness?
Bon Qui Qui was a character I did on Mad TV, and she got a record deal with Warner Music and came out with a full album. We did a full tour with backup dancers, a live band. It was incredible. And Bon Qui Qui has since retired, and I'm focusing on Anjelah now because like Bon Qui Qui been shining for a long time. I'm like, girl, it's my turn. Okay, I'm gonna need you to take a back seat, please. Thank you. But no, she's not in my stand-up or anything like that. But I still, like around Christmas time, I'll promote like her old Christmas music that she did. Like there was Deck the Hose was one of her songs. It was a good one. Everybody liked that one. So around Christmas time, I'll still put her music out there.
Love. Does anyone give you pushback about it, or do you feel like overall people take it well?
Sure, of course, especially nowadays, in the climate for comedy has shifted and changed, but the majority still understand the comedy and appreciate it and love it. So I'm grateful for that. And I'm just riding that wave until everybody changes their mind. So
I think they will. I think the pendulum will swing a little bit, but I think it's kind of narrowed down to almost that niche right now. Like we can't, you can only within a narrow margin create so that you won't offend, and so
it's hard. I just feel like I just write about my own life, my own experiences, and then it's like I'll throw something out there and be like, did I get canceled yet? No? Okay, I'll keep going. You know what I mean? Because you never even know. I mean, I have a joke that I would do about my husband. I have a fear of death, first of all, like for real fear of death. I write about it in my book. And there was this one day I thought my husband died. And so I walked through the whole scenario of why I thought he died, all the things. And then turns out he didn't die. He was just asleep on the couch downstairs. But I walked through the whole thing. It's hilarious. There's some like dark moments in it where I'm like actually sharing what my dark thoughts were when I thought he died, everything. But I got messages from widows that were very offended and upset about this joke. And so it's like, okay, they're like, you can't joke about things like this. And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, this is my real life. Like, I really have a fear of death. And I really did think my husband died, and I'm sharing this story. So it's like, there's always something you can't talk about with someone. So someone will always be offended, and then someone will always appreciate. So it's really my rule that I live by is, one, I know my heart. I know my intentions. So if I think it's funny and I can sleep at night with my conscience clear, then I'm okay with that joke, because I can't base it on if other people are upset by it, because there will always be someone upset by it. Then I'm just going to be quiet, and now I have no career. So
yeah, I mean, I have the tiniest taste of that on TikTok. TikTok is brutal. Are you on there?
I am. I don't do as many as you. I feel like I need to go to your TikTok and then whatever audio you do, I'm like, okay, let me do that one because I'll be
love
like
that.
fresh out of ideas. I'm like, I don't have anything to say. And then you come up with like a new one. I'm like, oh, I could have done that one.
I love that. Oh my God, that's awesome. But just a small example, like if I do a TikTok with the staff, then there'll invariably be a comment like, you force your staff to do this, or your staff has no choice but to do this. But the truth is they do, and I tell them, you don't have to do it if you don't want to. And some of them are excited to do it and think it's funny.
Yeah.
But it gets painted like you're this dictator that's forcing your staff to do TikToks. Then if you don't have the staff in them and you're by yourself and they're like, are you a megalomaniac? Are you like just only you, self-absorbed? And during the pandemic, you had to switch gears and not have as many people in your video or play multiple roles in the same video, because otherwise you have to wear a mask and it just isn't engaging, right?
Yeah.
So it ended up looking like it's all just about you, but it's also partly just adapting to what you have to do right now,
Definitely,
So,
I wouldn't cater to those comments because the person who's saying like, oh, you force your staff to be in the videos probably would love to be in your video. That's the truth.
I think we're going to make a video, you guys.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
I want
I'm
to.
excited.
Maybe I'll finally go viral.
I think you're doing okay. I think she's doing okay. You guys should follow her, Anjelah Johnson, Anjelah Johnson.
Yes.
She's
Yeah.
so funny.
Instagram, TikTok, all the things.
And you just wrote a book?
Yes.
Who Do I Think I Am? Where is it available?
This, you can pre-order it, and March 15th is when the actual book is out. I'm not sure when people are listening to this, but
okay.
March 15th is when it's available. You can Amazon, Audible, Barnes & Noble, wherever you get your favorte book.
Nice. Did you read it? Did you read it for Audible?
Oh, yeah, I did.
Oh, I love it.
I was like, did you read it? I was like, well, I wrote it. So...
But did you proofread it?
I definitely read it back as I was writing it. Yes.
Okay, good.
I did read it for Audible. So if you're a fan of my storytelling and my stand-up, I think you'll be a fan of this. And the title, Who Do I Think I Am? Stories of Chola Wishes and Caviar Dreams. It's a layered title. So Who Do I Think I Am is a story of self-identity. Growing up Mexican-American, Anjelah Johnson, don't speak Spanish. Am I Latina enough? Like always contending with that, wanting to be more Latina than I felt I actually was.
You don't speak Spanish?
And I don't speak Spanish, yes. And that's what
I'm just
I had
giving
my
her
whole
more
life.
shit.
So I grew up wishing that I spoke Spanish, wishing that I lived on this side of the tracks with this neighborhood, but I didn't. So it's always like, who do I think I am? Self-identity, even in my faith, like growing up Christian and then becoming an adult and deciding what I believe as an adult. Who do I think I am? The story of self-identity, but it's also who do I think I am to have the audacity to go after such big dreams, to say, I want to be an actress when I'm just this little Mexican-American girl from San Jose who knows nothing about acting. Like, who do I think I am to say, I'm going to go to Hollywood and try to make it? It's like stories of chasing my dreams, of figuring out who I am, what I think, what I believe. And it's got some crazy, coming to Hollywood stories from when I first got here and went to Michael Jackson's house to being like a plus one of a plus one of a plus one at an after Oscars party at Prince's house. I had no business being in any of these situations, but I showed up. I snuck my way in, just like I snuck my way into Hollywood.
Love.
And so there's just a bunch of funny stories in there, dating stories, growing up, childhood stories, and just how I got to where I am today. So it's my life.
Oh my God. It sounds like it's going to be so fun. And I love that you say, who do I think I am? I do a morning inspirational quote every morning, and I say, the person whose voice you need to get out of your head is your own.
Mm-hmm.
Your own. You're the one that always second guesses, who do I think I am?
Yeah.
And other people might say it, but when you say it, that's dangerous, because that means you won't let yourself become more. You won't expect more and do more because you're saying like, who do I think I am? And
sure. I mean, you could say it in like a negative way and, keep yourself in a corner like, oh, who do I think I am to go be an actress? I don't know anyone, but it's more the way that I would encourage people to ask that question about themselves is like to have the audacity. I would encourage everybody, have the audacity to go for your dreams, because you never know. That I did it, and then now I'm talking about a book here with you and all these beautiful flowers. Are you kidding me?
Life is good. And I totally agree with you. And I love that you're inspiring our audience, because that's what we want to do for you guys. I mean, who inspires you? Who do you look up to?
Oh, man. I mean, so many different people for different reasons. I mean, the women in my family are so strong, are wise. My mom, my sister, all the women in my family are incredible. My friend Anjelah Davis is an incredible human being who I talk about her in the book. She's given me amazing advice over the years. I look up to certain comedians that a lot of times my peers, I'll look up to my peers who are doing great work, who are working really hard, and that will inspire me to continue to work really hard. So it depends. Like, different people inspire me for different reasons.
Love it. And what made you decide to write the book? Like, did you wake up one morning, or is it something you've been laboring over for a lot of years? Or
so
both?
I'm a storyteller in my stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
I've been doing comedy for many years, and there's some jokes that would not work on stage. There's stories that wouldn't work on stage, because in stand-up comedy, we are taught to cut the fat, which means take out the details, get to the point. Setup, punchline, setup, punchline. The closer you can get from your setup to your punchline, the better. But there were some stories that I had that all of the details were so special. They're such an important part of the story that I didn't want to get rid of the details. So it wouldn't work on stage and stand-up. And so I would try it a couple times, and I'd be like, you know what, I'm going to save this for a book. And I started a document on my computer where I would say, these are stories for my book someday. This is what my chapters would be someday. And I've had this document on my computer for probably 10 years. And during COVID quarantine 2020 is when my agent called me and was like, hey, I think it's time for you to write a book. And I was like, got it. I think it's time. Let's do it. I already have my document. Let's go.
Some stuff going on already in order and ready to go. That's good. That's good, because writing a book is not easy. I've only written a beauty book so far. I've got about 5 books in my head that I want to write.
That's amazing.
It is. Thank you. But I basically, after writing that one, which I thought was going to be the easy one, it didn't have a lot of emotional toll. It was more about, it's called 7 Days to Sexy, about how to be beautiful, or look your absolute best within 7 days, 7 weeks, 7 months, that kind of thing. And I love the book. Don't get me wrong, but it's not a soul searching book. It's not, my story or one of my crazy ideas for like a thriller, medical thriller that I have.
Oh my God.
But it was so hard to do that I said, I will never underestimate writing a book again. I will never. That is a lot of work.
Yeah.
And a lot of editing.
Congratulations, because you got it done.
Thank you. Same.
Thank you.
I love to be in front of a live audience. I like it when, I do just a teeny bit of like, as a dermatologist TV, but when there's a live audience, I feel energized by them. And do you feel that way too? Or
oh yeah, we feed off of the crowd, off the energy of the crowd.
Right.
So it's like we can come out there with all of this energy, and if the crowd is tired and like giving us like some low vibrations, it's really hard to still give that fire and that heat when it's not being reciprocated. You know what I mean? So when I tell a joke and I get that big laugh that just like comes back and hits you, it's like my joke is fueling them.
Yes.
And then their laugh is fueling me, and then we just go in a big circle like that. But if I'm like giving the jokes and they're just like, then I'm like, oh wow, this is great. You guys a little tired? It's all right.
Yeah. And I actually tend to have a lot of energy in general. And if I'm in the early audience, I'm always like, that was hilarious. What's wrong? I'm like the only one. Not you. Not your show. I'm talking about other shows.
What's funny is audiences don't know that they're the bad audience. So that's something that I had to learn, because sometimes like on stage you can like get annoyed. Like if the audience is like being super boo-boo, then you could be like, all of a sudden I can shift my energy. Like if I let it affect me, then now I'm kind of in a bad mood because they're not giving me what I thought I wanted. You know what I mean? And so I would like shift my mood. And then afterwards doing meet and greets, everybody's like, oh my God, that was hilarious. And I was like, really? How come you didn't laugh?
Why didn't you laugh?
Yeah. But people don't know. They think when you say joke, they think that when they go, that's showing that that was a good joke, right?
Yeah.
But they don't know that the show that was here right before them, their laugh at the joke was,
they were dying.
Oh my God. They have no idea that they're lower than the other crowd because they're just blending in with the energy around them.
Yeah.
So now when I go to live shows, whether it's like Broadway or wherever, I always wonder if I'm in the good crowd or not, because you don't know.
Right,
you just think you're having a good time. You
Yeah.
just think you're having a good time.
Well, when I'm in a crowd, I'm like the first one to start clapping. I've noticed that I can be the one that starts all the clapping, which is really fun for me because I love that. Like,
I believe it.
People are like on the verge of ooh, and then I go, and then there's the whole thing, and I love it.
You're the slow clap starter.
I'm the hype man for the show. I'm like, ah! And I make a lot of noise and cheer really loud. And I feel like sometimes.
Are you sure you're not the drunk girl in the show that's like, woo, every joke?
Yes, I am. But I don't drink that much. I drink a little bit, and people ask me all the time what I'm drinking. I'm one of those. Like, people are like, what have you been drinking? I'm like, nothing. Seltzer water. So it doesn't take much. Like, either no drink or half a drink, and people think I'm drunk. So that's kind of my energy. I'm like a high energy person.
I like it.
And I don't have a lot of inhibitions. I don't need alcohol. I'm just kind of not super
good on you.
Shy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that was me for a long time, which I also talk about in the book, is I didn't drink, do drugs. Well, I did drugs when I was
younger. But now
younger.
you do?
Yeah. Well, yeah. So now I love me some tequila. But I went through a season of like my 20s out here where I was like, no, I don't drink. Like, I'm a good girl. I don't need alcohol. Like, my personality is already here. And then I met a margarita and my life changed.
My life changed. I love it. I can drink a little, but I feel so bad the next day. It's
not for you.
It's just not for me.
Yeah.
I don't need it. I drink.
No, you don't.
But I didn't drink it all in college because I was on my own and I was worried about being taken advantage of. So
Good
it
for you.
went through that stage. Then I went through a stage where I drank more, and then now I'm back to not so much. But you never know. Things change every day. So, but yeah, it's interesting, right? How you go through these little waves in your life. Yeah. So I want to ask you, when you don't have the energy that you want in the audience, do you have like tricks that you do to get them going? Or do you ever chastise them and go, God, you guys are...
I pick a favorite and I point him out. So if I do my jokes and let's say I gave a joke and I didn't get the response that I wanted, but this one little table over here gave me some energy, then I'll usually highlight them and I'll be like, thank you, one table. You get me. Are you here with me? Great. And then I'll be like, I'm going to do this next joke just for these people here. And like, then people start getting that they're not the best. You know what I mean? Like, catch up with this table here, everyone. I start doing like little things like that. And then like, if everyone laughs at the next one, I'll be like, oh, thank you for joining us. Wow. Thanks for coming, you guys. And, just like jokes like that. But I try not to let my energy shift into like negative or...
Right. Not to let it get to you.
Yeah.
Anymore. That's the beauty of the passage of time, is you get that sort of centered ability to center, right? So that everything doesn't take you around to a different way. So, do you exercise?
I do.
Yeah.
I love yoga. I love Pilates.
Me too.
I also like boot camp style workouts. Like when I feel like tough and I feel like I want to be an athlete, I like to do some boot camp style classes. But for the most part, I love yoga. Like every morning I do some yoga stretches and I'll post on my Instagram stories and I'll do like a little time lapse of whatever my morning routine was that day. But I enjoy it.
Yeah.
My husband works out every day. He goes to the
really?
gym every day. He wakes up at like 4:30, 5 a.m. and goes to the gym. I'm not about that life. Honey, I'm home, sleep, thanks. But I'm sure he would love it if I went with him to the gym every day, but not my
That's
deal.
not happening. It's okay. It's the yin and yang of life. You don't need to be the same.
That's what I'm saying.
You got to balance each other out.
I'll do me.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll wake up when you get home.
Exactly.
Maybe.
Exactly.
So what is he a fitness expert or
No,
he
he just likes to work out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Isn't it a great workout? The dancing that you've been doing? I've been watching your
Thank you.
dancing.
It was a lot of fun. Yeah, the real Dirty Dancing on Fox. It was a 4-week special. They flew 8 celebrities out to where they film the actual movie Dirty Dancing, and they had us recreate scenes and dances from the movie.
They're very sexy, you guys.
It is
very
called Dirty
sexy.
Dancing for a reason.
It's very dirty dancing.
Yes.
It's very entertaining. I've been watching. I'm like, whoa.
Thank you.
So you have to see it.
Yeah, you can check it out on Hulu. And it was an incredible experience. It was myself. I was partnered with Howie Duro for the first challenge. Mm-hmm. And it's Brie Bella from WWE, Lonnie Love, Kat Cora, Iron Chef, Tyler Cameron from The Bachelorette, mm-hmm. Antonio Gates from The Chargers, and Corbin Bleu from High School Musical. So we were all out there dancing with each other, and it was an incredible time.
So you guys were dancing with each other, or we had
partners.
You were dancing with like a professional dance?
No, with each other. So it was like celebrity with celebrity. I thought we were going to be with like professionals, and I was like, let's go. Got this. Like, who gonna spin me? You know what I mean? Yeah. But then it was like, no, you're with other celebs who also are not professional dancers.
No,
so we're like,
so much harder.
It was.
That's so much harder. But you
end up growing with your partner, and I ended up, well, I don't want to say in case anybody's not watched it yet, but you end up growing with your partner. You end up growing with your partner, evolving, and it really was an incredible experience for me. And I grew so much as a woman in my femininity, my sexuality. Like, I'm very tomboy. Again, talk about this in the book as well. Mm-hmm. Growing up just ashamed of my body or being sexy or anything like that was out of my wheelhouse to be sexy. Mm-hmm. So the past 5 years of my life, I've been doing a lot of self-work mm-hmm. and a lot of inner healing and learning to embrace my body, my sexuality, my femininity. And, you know, I've been wearing this label of tomboy my whole life, and I wear it well, and it makes me feel confident, and I feel good about it. But I think part of that is also a crutch, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. you know,
to cover up.
Yes, to cover up the insecurities, the shame, like all of those things. So I finally started doing some work on myself. And when I got invited to do this show, it really was kind of like the thing to like peel the scab off, to really just like get that healing and let my inner sexy girl come out. And she came out.
I know, she sure did. She looks hot, you guys.
Thank you.
Well, I always think you're beautiful and sexy, but sexy's a little bit different, right?
Yeah. Sexy is different than cute.
Yeah, cute or beautiful.
Yeah,
sexy
it's different.
Is like letting your power out, like,
yes.
you know?
Yeah.
And it's so interesting because I wrote that book called 7 Days to Sexy. And interestingly, there were a lot of people who said, are you sure you want to call it that? There's still a lot of shame around sexy. Mm-hmm. That word, or even reading that book, having that book that says that you're reading this for the sake of
right.
letting out your inner sexy. And the most important part of being sexy in the book that I say, that is my opinion, is that you should change your mind first. It's your mindset. It's how you view yourself and how you carry yourself. So you don't have to be 7 days. It could be 7 seconds to sexy, because you carry yourself in a self-composed sort of sexy way. And honestly, your sexual energy is your power. It's a lot of power in that. You don't have to do anything with it, act on it, do anything, but it empowers you to just like come into any situation with a lot of confidence.
I mean, I started even learning about, you know, our chakra system mm-hmm. and our energies, and talking about, you know, everything that was created came from sexual energy.
Exactly.
So it's like you tune into your creativity, mm-hmm. you turn into your sexuality, you turn into all of it, like your sacral space, like everything is connected when it comes. It's not just show your cleavage and wear something form-fitting. It's totally deeper than mm-hmm. that. But you're right. There's shame around the word sexy. Mm-hmm. And especially if you grew up in church culture like I did. So
I did too. I went to parochial school. So we had...
What's parochial school?
Parochial. It's like Armenian Orthodox, religion. So it
Oh.
wasn't like super, super religious, but definitely a big part of
Wow.
everything that our school was like, go to have religion class, go to church every Sunday, that kind
Wow.
of thing. So I always kind of felt like a bug under glass. Like I'm always being watched and I'm always in trouble. And I've always been more highly sexed, I think. I think I'm more sort of, that's the power that I'm powered
Sexual
by.
person?
Yeah, I think.
Were you always
But I was made to feel like that's not right. You
I hear
shouldn't
you.
be,
like pour water on your flame?
Yeah,
basically.
exactly. Stop it. Douse that. That's not right. That's horrible. Whatever.
Were you
And
always pretty, like growing up? Like
no.
No?
Mm-mm. I was like the ugly duckling at school.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, I went to a private Armenian school,
Okay.
and I'm only half Armenian. I'm like a foot taller than everyone, and I just looked different.
Yeah.
And I was different, and so I got teased a lot.
Oh, wow.
So, but definitely not considered beautiful at all. But I think that was to my benefit. I think being a late bloomer is a good thing because then you develop your, different aspects like academics or your personality, or whatever.
Everything, your character, your tough skin, like
a
lot
your
of
tough
it.
skin, and then you go into life and you start. I started practice I was 29 or 30 when I started practice, and I would walk in the room and say, "Wow, you're so beautiful," and I would go. I just was like, "Oh, thank you," but you're just saying that, and then it would happen enough times.
So you had to have your mind shift.
Yeah, it had to happen enough times that people said that I was like, well, maybe there is something. Maybe they're not just saying that. Is that something people say just to each other? Like, I would be like, there's no way that's me.
Or is that what we're doing? We're just complimenting each other?
Yeah,
okay,
like,
thank you, you too.
Is that what people do when you walk in the room? And then I slowly, of course that was years ago, but, I slowly started feeling like, oh, okay. But, I still have that, those things that happen to you in your formative years, they just make you have an impression that kind of does stick a little bit. Like if you're the ugly duckling, that like there's that ugly girl inside there always.
I think there's something to be said for women in general. We aren't really taught to empower ourselves and to think that we are beautiful. Like we're
Who
taught
do you think
like
you are?
that's conceited if you say I'm beautiful. And I feel like I had this one situation happen to me when I was in my 20s, and I was on the set of a TV show. I was a stand-in on a show, and there was a guest starring actress there, and she gave me a compliment, and she said, "Oh, your skin is so beautiful." And I completely deflected, and I said, "Oh no, your skin is beautiful." And she stopped me with all love and kindness, and she goes, "Hey, it's okay to just say thank you. You can just say thank you." And I've never been taught that. I had never been told you can receive a compliment and that's okay. Because I always thought if I say thank you, then that means I agree with you and that means I'm conceited. So let me not say thank you. Let me deflect and say, "Oh, no. You are. Oh, no. And that was the first time somebody gave me permission to embrace that,
compliment,
receive a compliment and embrace that. And I think we need to be able to teach women to do that, young girls to do that. You are beautiful. Every shape, every size, every color, beauty. It is okay to tell our girls, you are beautiful. Yes, honey.
You're beautiful. And for our girls to say, yes, I am.
I am
beautiful.
Sure.
But what we do, the first thing we want to say to that is like, tone it down. You know what I mean?
Right. Like you said, you were told like put water on the flame.
Yeah. Don't be all sexy. Don't be, And to some extent though, teenage years.
Oh, of course.
You got to keep it under wraps a little bit.
Let me tell you, I was out there my teenage years wearing some things I should not have worn that I was like, yes, I'm beautiful. And my mom was like, no, you not. Put this on.
Put more clothes on.
Right.
And I think part of the reason that happens is you want affirmation. You want people to think you're beautiful and sexy, but your parents know what kind of impression other people are getting.
Sure.
And you don't even realize what reaction you're eliciting from other people at that age.
There's balance to everything. Yeah. Balance. Like, yes, let's teach our girls they're beautiful, but also in the same breath, thinking about like my friend, her daughter, when she was very young, stunning. This little girl was so pretty. People would say that all the time to her and be like, oh my God, she's so pretty. And so anytime I would go, wow, you're so pretty. And her mom would go, and smart, and like start saying all the other things. Like, you're right. Because there's that balance of, we just tell this girl, oh, you're so pretty, you're so pretty, so pretty. But also like, and you are so smart. Like, you read that book and you're only 6. And I can't believe that you can say all these words. Like, affirming all the parts. So there is balance. I don't want to just say, let's just balance everything.
I mean, it is moderation, I think, is the key to everything. It's like you can go too far in one direction, too far in the other direction. But I mean, even raising my daughter, I mean, I even if I see her any minute, I see her like, hey, beauty, hey, beautiful. I just think she's beautiful. But I also realize that affirming other aspects, especially for women, is important because men value beauty in women. Women value beauty in women. So it's not just men that look at us and want to see a beautiful woman.
Right.
We do that too.
Yeah.
What does she look like? What's the first thing you ask if somebody's dating someone new?
Yeah,
like
let me show a picture.
I want to see.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so that's something a little bit hardwired into us.
It is.
So, I mean, it's not a horrible thing, but it's something that maybe try to balance
it's
a little
that
bit.
Shift. Maybe the first question is not show me a picture, but maybe it's like, what's his personality like? What's does he make you laugh? Tell me about that.
Yeah. And what is your definition of beauty?
My definition of beauty, I mean, I don't know that I have a definition of it, but I know I would say radiance. Radiance is beautiful to me. And that's not just like, oh, your skin is glowing. Did you go to Dr. Anna? You look good. But it's like from the inside out, when somebody has a radiance about them, it's different. You notice them. No matter what they look like, no matter if they're wearing makeup or if they're showing cleavage or whatever it is, there's some people who are just radiant and they have like this energy about them that you can't help but stop and you listen a little closer to what they're saying. You look into their eyes when they're talking because they're captivating. And to me, that is beauty. Like when someone can captivate you and they are just radiant and you're like, what is it about this person? That's beauty to me.
I love it. Do you think that people can cultivate that radiance or that it's inborn? You can cultivate it, right?
Yes, definitely. You do that self-work, that inner work, you do whatever it is, your meditation, your journaling, you tune in, you get in alignment with God, like all of that. When you're in alignment with God and you're right where you're supposed to be, you can't help but be radiant.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because somebody could be radiant 1 minute and then all of a sudden somebody cuts them off on the freeway, their energy shifts, and then they get a bad phone call. By the time they get to where they're going, they get out of the car, all their radiance is gone because they're in this funky mood under this low vibration. Then once you get back into alignment, boom, here she is.
Yeah.
I think it could definitely be cultivated.
I totally agree with you. I just didn't know if you felt that it's a fixed thing or if it's something that changes.
I was just checking. I thought that too. I was just checking.
No, because I feel that myself. I feel that sometimes your light is on, like 100% on. Somebody could be 20, 30 feet away and they're like,
yeah,
boom. And then other times you're just a little bit contracted. And the goal is always to push out to get back to that place. And so for me, I always am trying to get back to that place because things will throw you off.
Yeah.
Sometimes big things, sometimes little things, but it's my goal always to get back to that place. It was funny because yesterday I also think you can cultivate your personality, your bravery a little bit because I was watching that show with Leonardo DiCaprio, that's movie, the one that's nominated. What's it called? Don't Look Up. Have you seen it? I don't know if you've seen it. Well, there's one part where Jennifer Lawrence her character is supposed to meet the president, and she gets so nervous that she vomits in a bucket. And I thought to myself, I'm literally at the point in my life where I could talk to anybody. I just don't get nervous around people. I could talk to I'm excited to be around you because you're someone I admire very much, but I don't get nervous. And I wasn't always like that. So I know that you can take strides and become more, not just radiant, but more grounded to where you know your value is equal to everyone's, not just like the actors and the president of the United States or, you know, anyone that you think of hierarchically. It's just that you're seeing them in a different way, and you know that they're a human like you, right? So I thought, wow, I think, you know, if I was 25, I would vomit in a bucket if I had to meet the president. But if it was today, I think I'd be excited. I might be nervous in an excited way. But I would welcome it, and I wouldn't vomit in a bucket. Let's put it that way. Like, you know what I'm saying? And so that's growth that I have intentionally done, like tried to like get to that point, you know?
Good on you.
So I think what I mean is not to compliment myself, you guys, but my point is that
yourself. Well, that's what we're talking about.
My point is that, like, for example, people that are afraid of public speaking, or they're afraid of something, or they have things that are holding them back. Those are not things that are fixed. Those are things you can cultivate and intentionally push yourself out of your comfort zone on a regular basis so that you can do it. And all of a sudden, next thing you know, you've pushed yourself out of your comfort zone so many times that you look back, you're like, wow, like 10 years ago, I would have never done this. I would have been too scared or whatever, you know? So I'm trying to inspire the people.
You got it, girl. That's it. Inspire your folks.
Trying. All right. So should we spin the wheel, you guys? Okay. So it has different categories. You're going to spin the wheel, and then whatever you land on, we'll do that.
This is so cute. Wait, let me do a good one.
Free association.
What does that mean?
That means I'm going to say one word, and you're going to say the one word that comes to mind.
Ready.
All right, ready? Nails.
Me.
All right. Security.
Me again.
She's all right. Cut.
Band-Aid.
Band-Aid. Raiders.
Silver.
Oh. Like their logo?
Yeah, silver and black.
Rude.
I mean, I get that these are all me. I could just answer me to all of them, but I'm trying to think of other words. Okay, rude. Nice. Opposites.
Opposites. Okay. How about dreams?
Sleep.
Hollywood.
Hills.
Oil.
It's just supposed to be the first word that comes to my head, right? Okay, because you're judging me with these.
I'm not judging you.
Your eyes are judging me.
No, I'm not judging her. I hope you guys are just listening to it and not watching. If you're watching it, I might be judging. But if you're just listening, you can't see. So listen to this on Spotify and don't watch it on YouTube, okay? Okay. Squeeze.
Hug.
That's a good one.
They were all good ones.
Oh. Repetitive, but they were good. Drip.
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 Clothes.
Gloss.
Lips.
I had my gloss on. She looked right at my lips when she said that. Okay. Popping.
Knuckles.
Bounce.
Boobs.
Now they're getting good. Okay, euphoria. Boobs.
Drugs.
Drugs. Okay, one more. Pus.
Ooh, pimples.
Pimples. I know. Rob is like grossing out over there. Ooh. Okay, so let's
Did I win?
You did. You won a jelly bean, and we'll talk about that later.
Okay.
But right now, spin the wheel again. One more time.
Oh, shit. Sorry. Let me.
Oh.
I don't want to break your machine.
Jelly bean. Oh, what a coincidence that you landed on the jelly beans. This is our favorite game. So you're going to have to bring her a napkin because she's going to spit it out. All right.
Oh, is this where it's like boogers or something?
Kind of. You spin this wheel, and then these jelly beans
More
have different
wheels?
flavors. Yeah, another wheel, and then we'll see which one you land on.
Okay.
Careful, don't spill them all. That's happened before.
Okay, I landed on... It's either buttered popcorn or rotten egg. Oh my God, I hate you.
So you have to pick the one that color.
Okay. It looks yellow and white. Oh, here it is. Shit. Okay. Buttered popcorn or rotten egg? I hate you, Guanche. Or I love you. We'll decide in a second.
Let's see.
Oh, God.
We have it.
It's rotten egg. Ah!
Oh, sorry.
How did they
Not
make
sorry.
this?
God, they're
Oh
good
my
at that.
God.
Aren't they good at that?
There's like garlic in it. You have to.
Courtney's making me do
Where's
it
the
too.
sparkling water or something? Girl, give me that piece of ham over there. Give me that salami. What the hell? How did they make this? Who was the taste tester of this?
She's
I was like,
"Girl,
yeah, that's
give me a
good.
salami. That's what she said.
Oh my God. Oh my God. It's stuck in my mouth.
Okay, salami. That'll wash away
Okay,
with salami
thank you.
flavor.
Wait, one more. Now you do it.
I have to do it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Courtney, you rigged all these to be bad ones. Did you?
No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, do I have to do the same one, the rotten egg one, or do I have to do a different one?
Pick a different one.
Different one. She said I could do a different one. Do a different one. Okay, so
Do whatever you
it
want. I
landed
don't
on the
know.
exact same one. Okay, ready? This thing is rigged. Woo. Okay.
Right, do
It
the same one.
says either toothpaste or berry blue.
Those are both amazing.
Yeah, I got lucky.
Those are both wonderful. I put both of those in my mouth every day.
berry. Are you mad?
Yeah.
It's not my fault. I'm lucky.
Ugh,
I apologize.
that was unreal, you guys.
What are those things called?
Oh,
What are they called? Bean boozled.
I like it.
They're Jelly Belly
fun
bean
game.
boozled.
It's a fun game. I like it.
That's fun. Did you like
Oh
that?
man, but that was I thought I was gonna throw up right here on your podcast. Whoa.
We would keep that in.
I'm
'Cause
sure
that's
you
drama.
would. Yeah.
Okay, one more spin. Let's try one more
Another
spin.
one? Oh my God.
Third time's a charm.
Wait, it didn't go all the way
Favorites.
around,
It's fine. Okay, favorites. And then, let's see. What's your favorite makeup look?
but- Look.
Yeah, I haven't asked you your beauty hacks yet, which is coming
Okay,
up.
my favorite makeup
Yeah.
look.
Like, do you like smoky eye? Do you like
Oh, okay. Like
dewy?
definitely not dewy because I'm already greasy as it is, so I don't need no extra dew. Thank you. And not smoky eye because I have those heavy eyelids that already I'm gonna have to come talk to you about.
I love her
So
eyes.
it's definitely not the smoky eye. I love the makeup look where it looks fresh faced, where you're like, oh my God, like you look so pretty without makeup, but really like she's like wearing like all the things. And you're
All the
like,
layers,
thank you.
yeah.
Like I like
The
that.
no makeup look.
Yeah, I like that.
I love it. My friend Carrie Malouf is like the expert of that. She's a makeup
Oh, tell her to
artist.
teach me, please.
Yeah, she does the no.
I try to do
looks
it,
like you have
and then I
nothing.
just look like I have nothing.
And then it looks like you have nothing. What was your favorite halftime Super Bowl performance? Which one? Who?
Oh, Bruno Mars forever. I
Love
love
that
the
one.
Bruno Mars performance. I mean,
Mine was
listen,
J-Lo.
now this one that just happened with
That was
all the West
awesome.
Coast love, that's definitely neck and neck with Bruno Mars.
Mine was J-Lo.
That was a good one too.
I was there.
Oh, lucky you.
I'm not trying to brag, but the thing about it is, honestly, you guys, if you have not been to the Super Bowl, it is hard to see everything.
Oh, yeah, I would much rather watch it from home.
It's exciting that you're
The
there.
energy's fun.
Yeah, the energy's fun. It's exciting that you're there, but you can see the performances and the game a lot better on TV and the replays and the commercials. So to me, after going once, I mean, we went 3 or 4 or 5 times, but that's because my husband's into sports. I think like you don't need to, you're not missing much if you haven't been in person is what I'm trying to tell you, because you actually see the game better
Yeah.
on TV.
Yeah.
So that's my opinion. Everyone's like, me. Okay, what's your favorite place to perform?
Texas,
Why?
great energy.
Yeah?
Texas loves me, and I'm so grateful. I wish every other state would get on board with that.
What about Louisiana?
I'm performing in New Orleans for the first time on this tour. I haven't done New Orleans. I've done Baton Rouge before, and that was great.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I have great shows in a bunch of cities, bunch of states, but for some reason Texas is like they treat me like I'm a hometown girl and it's like amazing energy.
And are you from
I'm not from
there?
Texas.
You're
no.
not from there.
I'm
It's
from the
just
Bay
like
Area.
honestly, I went to med school and undergrad in Louisiana. So undergrad in Baton Rouge and med school in New Orleans. New Orleans, you're going to love. The
I
audience
can't wait.
is over the top. They're usually drunk by like 2 p.m.
Let's go.
Anyway, because that's the other thing I noticed. Like audiences are different based on the timing, right? Because as you go later, they're wilder.
Yep.
And more fun to perform to, right?
Yeah. Well, I don't know about more fun, but wilder, yes.
Okay, we're being politically correct about you. Okay. Favorite comedy club in LA?
In LA, the Improv. Actually, yes, the Improv is my spot, but I tend to have better sets when I go to the Laugh Factory. Like the crowds have like really good energy at the Laugh Factory.
Yeah.
It's rare that I won't have a good set at the Laugh Factory, but at the Improv, it's rare that I will have a good set. But I love the Improv.
Yeah, I've been to both. I love Laugh Factory. I'm going to have to come see you. Do you do that regularly?
I'm starting to a little more, try out some different material.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool that you go and you kind of try them out and see how you respond and then you put it in your set. That's awesome. It's like research.
Yes, it is.
Okay, and what's your favorite skit that you perform?
It's whatever my newest joke is at the time. That's the one that I have fun doing because I'm like, ooh, it's new. People are liking it. I'm still figuring it out. I love that. Like the new laugh.
Yeah. Because like, does it feel like the ones that you do that were the older ones that do you ever get tired of it or it's always
well,
fun
I would 100% get tired of it. But the feeling that I get when I start the nail salon joke and the crowd erupts with explosion of just energy and love and gratitude that I'm doing this joke, there's no other feeling like that. Like that's incredible. But for me, I have fun doing whatever joke is like my new baby.
I see. I got you. So what's your favorite activity to do while on tour? Do you go around? Eat.
Eat. Find the best food, whatever city I'm in, and let's go.
What's your favorite kind of food?
Mexican, always.
Makes sense. Do you cook?
I'm starting to a little bit. Over COVID quarantine, I started to cook more, but not really.
Yeah. I've been trying
to. Do you?
You know what? I only cook really 2 or 3 things, but when I do, my family acts like they died and went to heaven.
Yes.
So,
what are your things?
Chili, honey cornbread.
Yum.
I can make, what's it called? Veal Milanese.
Oh, look at you go. Fancy.
Fettuccine Alfredo.
Yums.
And then I love to bake, like zucchini bread and pineapple upside down cake.
Oh, good for you.
All kinds of stuff. But the baking stuff, because I'm low carb and I've been low carb for so long, just like that was my strength, was baking. And now I try not to bake because then it's sitting there tempting me. So someone said, why don't you bake and then just bring it to work and give it away?
Sounds good.
I know who that someone was. That's wrong. Did I just mess up the camera? So funny. Okay, so what's your favorite place to vacation?
Rarely ever take vacations, but it's definitely somewhere tropical, sunny, beautiful, the ocean, sand. I love Hawaii. But I don't vacation very much. Yeah, gotta work on that.
Yeah, you gotta work on that. But some people love it and some people just don't want to.
Yeah, but I want to though.
Passion, desire,
I want to get to the end of my life and say that I went on adventures and I did things and not like, oh, I just stayed home, but at least I was comfortable. You know what I mean?
Okay,
I gotta challenge myself. Get out.
Get out there. What's your first place you're gonna go?
Well, my husband and I are supposed to go to Europe it was his 40th, my 40th, our 10-year wedding anniversary, and then COVID messed all the things up. So hopefully this year we'll be able to do it.
That'd be nice. Do you have kids?
I have a dog.
You have a dog. What kind of doggy?
Oh my God, the cutest dog in the world.
Except for mine.
We rescued him at a shelter. He is Yorkie, Maltese, Shih Tzu, Cocker Spaniel, Miniature Schnauzer, Mexican, and Puerto Rican.
Did you do his DNA?
We did.
Oh my God! You guys know you can get a DNA kit at the at Petco and find out what your.
I didn't know it was at Petco. I ordered online.
No, it's like a 23andMe, but for doggies, because people who get rescues don't even have any idea what breed they have. So, how old is your doggie?
4.
Cute.
I've had him for 4 years. October it'll be 4 years, and then he'll be 5 because he was almost 1 when I got him.
Aw, dogs are everything. I love.
Oh, he's my best friend. I love him so much.
What's his name?
Bonzo. It's short for Garbanzo Bean Reyes.
Well, I got a nuggie. Chicken
Aw.
nugget. Guanche.
I love
He
that.
looks like a chicken nugget.
Oh,
He
I
has a
wanna fish
birthmark
him.
on his head that looks like he has like a little burn on it, like a burnt chicken nugget.
How cute. You got that dark meat chicken nugget.
He got a dark meat one. Donogi. It's not the kind you get from McDonald's. It's the real chicken nuggets.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Okay,
like
okay.
with the crispy stuff on them.
Listen, I don't have McDonald's hardly ever. But if I do randomly, like once a year, be like, I'm in the mood for McDonald's, I will get chicken nuggets. But I only like the dark meat chicken nuggets. I don't like the white meat chicken nuggets.
But let me tell you, once in a while, McDonald's is like nostalgia, right? Like,
Oh, it hits.
you shouldn't, right?
With some spicy mustard, some hot mustard, hit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dip that nuggie.
What? Dip that nugget. You know what? The thing about it is, though, it's a miracle how consistent it is. It's a miracle.
Yeah.
The flavors, like if you get the hamburger, it smells the same, it tastes
40
the
years
same.
later, still the same.
Right? I don't know what's in there. I don't
Nobody
know what
does.
I'm eating. But if I want to feel nostalgic, I'll eat some McDonald's and it tastes exactly the same.
Mhm.
I read somewhere that they have like a smell they put on the bun.
No, really?
Like a scent.
That's weird.
And that's why like afterward for so long your fingers smell
Oh.
have that like smell. So that's like part of why it tastes the same. It's like a consistent.
Oh, these people are evil. That is
You
just...
think they're evil or they're genius or evil genius?
Yes,
One or the
exactly.
other. Yeah. Okay, so what's your favorite genre of movies?
I like scary movies.
You do?
Ghosts.
Ghost movies?
Yeah, yeah. Or action adventure. That's my typical go-to. My husband's like romantic comedy, and I'm like
Aw.
action adventure. Like a shoot 'em up, like I want to see some action. Some bombs go off, like I want to see all of that.
I like historical fiction. I'm boring.
Wow.
I don't like scary. I get nightmares. I'm very impressionable.
Oh,
I swear, I will have nightmares if I watch a scary movie. The last scary movie I watched was 7.
oh, it's been a while.
Yeah, that was a horrible movie.
I love scary movies.
Oh, it was horrible. Anyway, so yeah, none of that. I like rom-coms too. Okay, so favorite meme. Do you have a favorite meme?
Meme. So many.
There are
I
so
love
many.
just sending funny memes to my friends. I can't think of one off the top.
Do
Too
you
many.
follow Boozy Bitch?
No.
Oh.
I will after today.
Oh my God. It's really funny and totally inappropriate.
All right, done.
You have
Followed.
to follow. Yes, yes. And what's your favorite self-care moment? What do you do for self-care?
Oh, realign. Self-care. So depends on where I'm at, what I do. My first go-to thing, if I'm on the road, if I'm in my green room, if I'm feeling anxiety, or if I'm on a plane feeling anxiety, I go to gratitude and I practice gratitude, and I'll think of 5 things that I'm grateful for and I'll say them out loud. And it helps if I'm with people and we all do it. So if I'm in my green room and I have like my road manager, my opener comic, and either I'm feeling funky or somebody in the room is feeling funky, then we'll be like, hey, let's stop, let's do gratitudes. And then everybody says something that they're grateful for, and we start shifting the energy in the room, start shifting our perspective, start shifting everything. So whatever anxiety you are feeling, like now we are in a space of gratitude and raising our vibration. So I think gratitude is my go-to step for self-care.
I love it. So when you hit the stage and that first moment that you're out there, do you ever have draw a blank or ever feel like, oh, what was I going to say? Or what was I going to do? Which set was I going to do next? No, you have it down, right?
Yeah, pretty
And
much.
Is that because you practice it or it just comes naturally and you go out there?
I mean, I've been doing it for so long. So I feel
just-
like it's just, yeah, you just start talking.
You just start talking and make people laugh. Okay. And what's your favorite show to binge watch?
Friends all the time. Seen
You can
every,
watch it and
every
watch it
season,
again.
every year.
I love
Just
it.
rewatch it again.
I know. I just watched the first season again, like a few days ago.
There's so many new
It never gets old.
good shows out there that I hear about that I'm like, nah, I just watch Friends.
I love it. I love it. So as far as beauty hacks, do you have beauty hacks? Do you have things that you do that, like, if you're in a rush, you want to do something just to make yourself look good, to presentable to go out, or whatever beauty hacks you have? Tell us.
My beauty hacks are sleep, drink water, moisturize. Those are my go-tos. Like, get some good sleep, drink a lot of water. If your lips are chapped, go drink a
right now.
Nice tall glass of water. Hydrate. That's my number one go-to. I usually would walk around with this tumbler. I ordered a tumbler, like, on a fan on Instagram, and I was like, oh, it's so cute. And I ordered one, and I would take it with me everywhere, and it really helped me keep drinking water all day long. And then I lost it. And then I bought a new tumbler at TJ Maxx, and it does not do the same thing. Like, it is not inspiring me at all to be drinking water. So I need to find a new tumbler that is giving me that energy of, like, girl, drink your water. Like, I need a cheerleader tumbler. I need something to be like, come on, girl, you could do this.
Does it have, like, they have those really giant ones that are like a gallon?
I need one that fits in my cup holder. One that when I'm driving, I could flurp with a straw. And I need a straw.
And a straw.
I need a straw. Because if I have to do this, 2 hands, hold, put it back on, too much work, I already am not going to drink it. But if I could just go like this.
If it has, like, a flip straw, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's those ones that have, like, the little hash marks on them, and they tell you, like, what level you're at, so you can meet your goals. We have, like, those little water bottles here, like the dispensers in the lunchroom, and they're, like, over there putting their thing under it. Half the thing is gone.
You're funding everybody's water at home.
It's like, there's no water left at the office. It's in their tubs. But no, it's good for you. It is good. Yep. Gets your kidneys all filtered out and rinsed.
Yes.
I love it. Is there anything else you want to share with our audience?
Just get my book. If you are watching this before the 15th, pre-order it. You can go to my website, anjelah.com, ANJELAH.com. Pre-order my book. You can get on Audible. I am reading the book on Audible, so you can hear my voice telling the stories. And yeah, that's my baby right now, is my book.
Yeah. Who do I think I am? I'm going to get that on Audible because I love your voice and the way you deliver.
Thank you.
And so I want to hear it. I think it would be more, like, entertaining that way for me. Plus, I can listen to it while I'm driving, but I want you to sign this one for me.
Thank you.
How do you like that? How I did that shameless? Anyway, thanks for
sharing
having
with
me.
Us.
Oh, you're welcome. That's a wrap, babies.